Welcome. Let me see here. My chat filter, as always. I'm going to put all messages. Hopefully, we'll wait because, YouTube, as of late, I have to look at these gray hairs. They're ungovernable. Welcome. Welcome to this off the cuff live stream of the CO Visit. Colin here. Thank you for being here if you're already here. And don't be bashful. Say hi. Let me know who's here. Got my trusty soda today. Don't have coffee, and speaking of coffee, somebody's toasting coffee right now. I can smell it. Oh, but like they're actually making coffee beans somewhere. They must be toasting them on the fire. Wisdom hairs. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, look at this. Look at this hair. I'm gonna have to. Ouch. It just won't go to the side. They're rebellious. How are you doing, Jackie? What's going on? Did you get your yard work done? I hope that I took you away from the other day. Welcome everybody. Welcome to this live stream. And so I'm just sipping on a little bit of Pepsi here. Hello, Estee. How are you? Yeah, nostril hair. No. This is but my beard hair or mustache hair. It hurts too. These ones hurt too much. Yeah, nostril hairs. Yeah, I know that's not good. Not good for your nose, and they hurt. They hurt a lot. So how's everybody doing? So I got already a few people in the chat. Started on a tree but got pooped out. Okay, so what are you doing? Like he trimming the trees? Yeah, I've got a lot of going on here too. So I got these trees here. These are the walnut trees, and they're doing good. So now we're just waiting for the rainy season to start up here, but we got a couple more weeks. So right around getting into the first or second week of May, then it's gonna start raining. I'm sorry guys, but this hair is just driving me nuts. Because I can see it and it won't. There we go. Get it out of the way there. Trying to get more sun in area I want to plant in. Oh, good. Hi, Josefina. Hola. Josefina Nájera. Bienvenida. Muchísimo gusto. So, yeah. That's good. That's good. Got to get things ready for summertime, huh? So look at this, 18 people already. Holy cow. Welcome in. So another thing that I thought was kind of interesting about the video that I just did about the Watchtower in the Bible, how they basically say that you can't understand the Bible without Watchtower. That's what it says. Not basically, that's what they say. And you cannot have Holy Spirit without the JW organization. And then so one of the people, Samara Lucia Morales, hola, ¿de dónde sos? Mucho gusto. One of the things that they also say that's really interesting, and they repeated this in almost all of the articles that I read, is that the prophecies could not be understood until our times right now because they needed the organization. Those prophecies could not be understood until the Jehovah's Witness organization came along to explain them to us. That's just crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's like, so God had his word written and then through Holy Spirit, but he made it all completely ununderstandable until, nearly 2,000 years would have to go by until, C.T. Russell came along to explain those things. And you know what? It's so ridiculous because the only things, as I mentioned, the only things left in the Bible that need to happen is exactly about the end times, the tribulation and, the pangs of distress and all that stuff talked about in Matthew 24, and then in the book of Revelation. And it doesn't need to be explained. That's irrelevant. Because, first of all, in Matthew 24, it's very clear that nobody knows, and we're not going to know about when it's going to happen. Nobody can know when it's going to happen. And so in that case, and being that Revelation is a book that's completely symbolic, there's really no way to understand all that's in that book. And you don't have to. It's not necessary. And you can see that by what the Jehovah's Witnesses did, because they had to revise that book several times. The red, Revelation, the climax at hand. We had to go through that book several times, and they changed it every single time. You don't have to explain those things. We don't have to understand it. Things will happen when they happen. And when stuff starts happening, we're going to know. We'll understand. So let me go one by one here. Thanks, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. Susan says, hi, Colin. Just an update on Virginia Giuffre, who was involved with the Prince Andrew. Oh, yeah, the one in Australia. Yes. Yeah. God, she supposedly committed suicide, I believe. But, yeah, it's kind of shady. Anything having to do with Prince Andrew, Epstein, yeah, that's too bad. JC says, what is the worst JW exit story you've heard of? The worst JW exit story. I don't know. The worst one. I can't think off of hand. Any ones that were particularly bad for some reason. I don't know. Offhand, I can't think of any. I know that, for example, our friend David Wicklin, he gave an interview on JT and Lady C's channel. He had a pretty tough exit, pretty tough time. And El Reno too, she had a pretty tough time as a youngster coming out of the organization. But offhand, I can't think. I mean, all the stories I've heard are pretty consistent. People leaving, getting shunned. I haven't heard any ones that really stood out to me as like, whoa, that's really bad. I don't know. That's just me. That's all I've heard. So, Luisa dijo hola. Okay, hola. So yeah, I'm gonna start charging for salutations or greetings. We need a minimum super chat, a $1.99 super chat per greeting. Hey, come on, people! I gotta make my value known, right? Can't let people walk all over me. So, how's everybody else doing? How's your Sunday going? Weekend? I decided to come on and do this just to pass a little bit of time. And so anyway, yeah, as I was saying with the witness organization with Watchtower, how they say these prophecies can't be understood until these times, and God needed that organization to explain them, which is just complete BS. As I said, the only prophecies left, you don't really need to understand them. They're pretty clear. What Jesus said about the end times and Paul, and then whatever you can decipher and understand about Revelation. I mean, about the mark of the beast and the Antichrist and all that. It's just one of those things where here's what we have to do. Jesus was very clear. Spiritually, you got to keep yourself on the watch. That's it. Keep yourself on the watch. Keep worshiping God. Keep praying. Keep doing good to others, and that's what a Christian needs to do today. Okay, nobody needs to be worried about trying to decipher and interpret end signs and trying to decipher what Revelation is all about and all of that. That doesn't matter. Okay, we're not going to understand a lot of those things. Those things were symbolic that were given to John, the Apostle John, in a way that he could make some sense out of it. But how could John put any of that, what he saw, into words that we would understand? He was seeing things thousands of years in the future that he had no idea what it was. Can you imagine a person living, in John's time, getting a vision and seeing tanks and helicopters and, computers and AI and all this kind of stuff? How could you even articulate that? He did the best he could, with frogs and men with scorpions' tails and hair like the mane of a horse. And he was doing his best, and we can speculate all we want about what he was really seeing and when that's going to happen, but we don't have to. It's just a matter of having faith, keep doing what you're doing, maintain yourself, maintain your spirituality. And you know what? It'll happen when it happens, or we'll die first. Either way, don't worry about it. So that's how people get, and that's kind of a self-inflicted discouragement. People get discouraged and everything, and they fall away because everyone's waiting for, they're looking for it's going to be anytime, like the witnesses, right? And then when your expectation isn't met and it doesn't happen, that's when people get discouraged. And Watchtower is about 99% at fault for all of that, for like getting people all worked up about, the end times and all this stuff. So it's just one of those things. Just Christians, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm just making sure. So as I said, this is also a question and answer. You can, if you have anything you want me to discuss, anything you're wondering about, something you have a question about, and it can be JW related, it can be Bible related, religious related, politics, or my point of view on anything you want. Sports, entertainment, food, travel, whatever you want. That's why I said it's free for all. Question and answer, free for all. So I'm going to ask you guys the questions. How you doing? Okay, how's Cosette doing? Thank you, JC. She's doing pretty well. Considering the circumstances, and she's going strong with her schooling. She was just in 2 festivals, like singing festivals at 2 different schools. One was at her school, then she got invited to another one, and then didn't win either one, which I was, it is what it is. There's always preferences in those, and there's a lot of competition. And then, so she did those 2, did really well. I uploaded a short. You can see her practicing a song that she was singing, that she was going to sing. And then she got invited to another festival coming up in July. So she's going to go to that one. So, hey, you never know. Maybe she'll make it big. And then her old man can retire. We'll see. You never know. I'm not going to be like Selena's dad, push her to death. Selena Quintanilla. Do you know Selena was Jehovah's Witness, and her father and mother, which are still alive, they still are. They still go to a congregation in Corpus Christi, Texas. Yeah. So pretty crazy. Another one of those, basically like Michael Jackson, Prince, like those people. Selena, it's what a heartbreaking story. And I love her music. Her music was huge back in the 90s. Huge. And she was just, when she died, she was just breaking into the English, doing English songs. And she had a couple songs that were really good. Shaq, how you doing, man? What's up, Colin? Do you still own and play the bagpipes? No, fortunately I don't. I could still play them if I had a pair right now. I could play them, no problem at all. But I don't own any anymore. Yeah, they'd be hard to keep up down here. The accessories and the reeds and everything for bagpipes are really expensive. And just I'm going to be getting into. I opened up another channel. I don't have anything on it yet, but I'm going to try to get back into getting my guitar set up and all that and start playing that. So typical dinner for us. That's an interesting one, Jackie, man. We eat all kinds of stuff. Usually there's some kind of meat, whether it be pork chop or fried meat, or it could be fried hot dogs or beef or sausage or things like that. Eggs, fried beans, plantains. That's a pretty typical Honduran dinner. Sometimes we eat baleadas, which is a kind of a toasted flour tortilla, but soft, not fried, with beans and egg, like scrambled eggs inside of it and pieces of avocado, and those are really good. All kinds of stuff. Yeah. I love bagpipes. Yep, I do too. I love any music, Celtic music, Scottish music, the Irish pipes, the Scottish bagpipes, all that kind of stuff. I love it. Yeah, if I played here, I would be. Yeah, if I played here, if I had a set of bagpipes here in Honduras, I'd be the only one. Yeah, there's no bagpipers here, so that would people wouldn't know what to do if they heard that here. They'd be like, "What the hell?" Even before, way back when I was a teenager, in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, I was the only bagpiper in northern Minnesota. There were bagpipe bands down in Minneapolis, St. Paul, but that's it. I was the only one. Yeah, I love Celtic music. Just absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I don't know. It just, I always say, like, if in another life, or if I like had to start all over, I would love to live on one of the Scottish islands, like the Isle of Skye or one of those. It just fascinates me. The landscape, the culture, the just everything is just, I don't know. Maybe I was Scottish in another life. I don't know. Who knows? There's stranger things, right? So, yep, awesome questions. Ditto to Celtic music. Hi, Danette. How are you? Hi. Yeah, it just that music stirs something in you. Yeah, it resonates in the soul. Exactly. Yep, it just something about it just makes my hair stand up. Ooh, I love it. Love it. I love there's a singer. He's getting pretty old now. But Christy Moore. He's a singer from Ireland, folk singer. Got some really good songs, amazing songs. Christy Moore. I would recommend him to you if you've never heard his music. So, and among so many, there's so many. Eric Rigler is a must. I love his music. Eric Rigler is a bagpiper. He plays the Scottish bagpipes, the Irish pipes, flute, all of that. He did all the music for the Braveheart soundtrack. He did the music for the Titanic soundtrack. So, do you guys ever eat musubi? That's a no. Nope, I have no idea what that is. What is it? But nope, definitely not. Yeah, musubi. Sounds interesting. Sounds something very, very cultural. Some home dish, local dish. We eat mondongo. That's a type of soup. Mondongo soup. It's cow stomach, like tripe. Very good, though. Very, very good. I started liking bagpipe music when I found the band Dropkick Murphys. Oh, yeah. Yep. Rice wrapped with Spam and seaweed. Really? Wow. No, never tried that. Kind of sounds like a tamal, though. Sounds like a tamal. It's very similar. Interesting. Yeah, and also Shaq, you know, I don't know if you remember like Corn. Corn had, I think it was Shoots and Ladders, has the bagpipe in it. So it's kind of like metal, you know, metal with bagpipes. That was pretty cool. And yeah, I like all things and anything's Scottish and Irish, all the way. Loch Lomond, yes, yep, yeah, great songs. Best trip I ever took was to Scotland. I worked Corn a few times. Great shows. Oh, really, Jackie? Wow. Yeah, I've been to Scotland too. Yep, loved it. Loved it. Wish I could go back someday, but probably not going to happen. But I was 17 when I went to Scotland. Great trip. I was in England, London, and then I took another week and I went up to took a train to Scotland, and then I took a bus to Glasgow, and then Edinburgh, and then I went to Dunoon, which you have to take a ferry to get there. Dunoon. There was a bagpipe festival there, and they had all these bands. Went there to compete and everything, and it was great. Great experience. And in Edinburgh is where I bought my kilt. I bought a whole outfit, the like tuxedo jacket and the dirk, the knife for your kilt and the bag and the shoes and the socks and the whole, you know, the wool socks, the whole thing, whole 9 yards, so to speak, which comes from the kilt, the original kilt. Yep, absolutely. Susan, what's your thoughts on Serena Williams? Her clothes are pretty revealing. She's very competitive. Does she have a pass because she's famous? Yeah, absolutely. Of course she does. Yeah. She gets a pass because she's famous. She gets a pass because she's very capable. I mean, yeah, obviously because she has money, right? But I think Serena is kind of ushering in, and I hope others take her lead. I really do. I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, certainly other people would not get away with it, but in her case, they give her a pass because, well, that's kind of like her, you know, her thing, whatever. That's what she was doing before. That's her livelihood and everything. But I think she's doing it on purpose. I think she's basically like, hey, I'm not following these rules. You know, she doesn't have to, but you know, I'm sure she's giving pretty good. Yeah, absolutely, Jackie. Absolutely. Now, maybe I missed something. I don't know really. I've never like looked right or a lot into Serena's life. So you guys can tell me. I have no idea. I mean, is she trans or am I missing something here? I don't know. I have no idea. Let me in on the joke there. Yeah, she was trolling the board big time. Of course she was. She wants to go out there and crip walk. She's going to crip walk. And what are they going to do about it? She doesn't need them. So, you know, and for them, it's a good thing. I was to go to the convention center in Bakersfield. They had a bronze placard in front of the convention center dedicated to Corn. Oh, no kidding. Wow. I didn't know that. Very interesting. A plaque dedicated to Corn. Wow. Are they from there? Is that why? I'm guessing, or something, or they did something there. That's interesting. Okay, that's why. Yeah, that's what I figured, from Bakersfield, California. Yep. Yeah, Jackie's up in the Bay Area. Cool. Yeah, we got several of you representing the West Coast. Nice. I hope everyone else is doing well. Everyone that's in the chat here watching, I hope you have a good weekend. And so I decided to come on. So we got a day off tomorrow. We have Monday off, which is kind of nice. I hate Mondays, so we'll be able to be off. So the owners of the school that I work at, a private school, are actually, I mean, talk about small world. They're actually from Minnesota, and they are of the Baha'i faith. If you don't know about that, check it out. Baha'i faith, Baha'i, B-A-H, comma, A-I, Baha'i. So it's like a, I don't know, it's a Middle Eastern, their main headquarters is in Israel or Palestine. I'm not sure what area there, but basically it's kind of an Arab offshoot of the Islamic religion. It's weird. But lots of religious stuff though, lots of rules and all that kind of stuff. But when they have, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right, BAHA. Yeah, Baha'i folks in the Bay. Yeah, it's a big thing. A lot of Americans are into that stuff, and I looked into it just out of curiosity, and it's like, nah, no thanks. I respect. I'll take your days off, because when they have Baha'i days, that's like law. They cannot work on those days. The school closes. We get a day off. So, yeah, another cult. Exactly. Right. Yep. Full of rules, full of works. Got to do this, got to do that. Can't do this, can't do that. Can't dress this way. Can't, all that stuff. And their Abdullah Baha'i, whatever is their God, basically. That's their version of Jesus. So I'm just like, nah, thank you. They're always inviting us. Like if we want to go to they have these little worship things and they send us invitations. And I'm just like, no, I've been saying no for 7 years. Like, I'm not going. I'm not interested in another cult. Yeah, exactly, Shaq. Yeah. And now when you're out, especially now, right? Corn mosh pit. Yeah. I bet that was wild. Let me see. I saw one here let me go back. Danette. Oh, what's your thoughts about the Norway appeal? Well, first of all, I knew that was going to happen. I don't know if you guys saw recently. I don't know if you're talking about that they lost the appeal or they appealed again. The lawyers appealed to the Norwegian Supreme Court, which I already knew that was going to happen, which is good. I hope it goes to the Supreme Court, and I hope the Supreme Court has more sense than the appellate court. I don't know what's wrong with the appellate court. I don't understand it with all the testimonies and everything else. I don't get it. I don't know what is the interest that's between them there. I just don't get it. But I hope the Supreme Court sets a precedent with them. I really do. That's all I can say. Yep. Amen to that, King of the Dots. Yes. Yes, I have, and thank you. Yes, my wife is the best. She's a savior in my life, an angel in my life. God put her in my life to basically, to get me back. Yeah, I know. Shaq, all of a sudden, he just, out of nowhere, he was lost. He was lost for quite a while. Yes, Danette. I think on, oh man, what is it? Somebody help me with. There's I signed up for this. I get a letter in my email of it's called Stop Mandated Shunning. Look that up on the internet. And they're really involved in what's going on in Norway. So if you go to that website, stopmandatedshunning.org, I think it is, stopmandatedshunning.org. And you can go in there and you can give them you can write your experience, your testimony about being a witness, how you came out, all that. And they're, yeah, you're welcome. They're really involved in what's going on in Norway right now. So that's all I know as far as like how to write letters or anything. Check out that website. Yep. And they're also giving updates. I learned about the fact that they're appealing to the Supreme Court, because I just got a newsletter from that website, and you can sign up for that. So you start getting newsletters from them. So it's good just to keep up on what's going on. So anyway, as I was saying, King of the Dots, yeah, my wife Patty she's a godsend, literally. She saved my life. Yeah, she saved my life. I was really just on a path of self-destruction, and at a really bad point in my life when I met her, and all I can say is that since she came into my life, everything, my life did a 180 completely in a different direction, and changed. Everything changed radically. So glory to God, because that was in his will, his purpose. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jackie. I'll let her know about that. Maybe she'll come in the chat here. She'll be able to see it. So I appreciate that, but I'll let her know. Yes, shunning is counterproductive, King. Absolutely. Yep. It is. But, how do you explain it to them? Absolutely. Hey, let me see here. Just gotta make sure I didn't miss any other. Hi, folks. Alrighty, so just making sure I didn't miss any while I was talking. Sometimes I get yakking, and 2020 was world shunning. Yeah, exactly. Good point, Jackie. Everybody was shunned in 2020. Yep. And it's a lot more common than what we think. I mean, there's lots of aspects in life where people practice that, particularly in the American culture. It seems to be a big thing, like just not talking to people. I'm not going to talk to you anymore, because of whatever. People are shunning people who are not witnesses, people who are never witnesses. They're shunning each other because of political views. So does Patty make beans? Yeah. Yep. We don't actually grow them, but yep, she gets them, cleans them, and then you have to boil them so they get soft. And some she'll leave some like in full grain, and then the other ones she'll liquefy. So yep, it's the best. Fresh. Everything here is fresh because that's all we produce. All those things here. So they don't come with a bunch of chemicals and stuff like that. Yes, indeed. And that's another thing. My wife Patty is an excellent cook. I am spoiled. I don't realize sometimes how good I have it. I really don't. I mean, she is such a good cook. Her food is so good. I mean, I'm not biased. Believe me, I'm not biased. I've had a fair share of women in my time, relationships, and never was somebody that can cook like her. She cooks just phenomenally. So I eat well. And, as you can see or hear. Yeah, King, I agree. I mean, it's just, to each his own. I mean, everyone's got the right to have their political views, but especially in the States right now with Republicans and Democrats, or the right and the left or liberals and whatever, the whole narrative, all the rhetoric that's out there, and with MAGA and and it just, people are just like at each other's throats, chili, but it's all can. Oh yeah, that's not. Yeah, my mom. No, if you want a good chili recipe, I can get you one from my mom. My mom is a good cook too. She bakes and she cooks and she makes homemade chili. That's just will change your life. And her cinnamon rolls. Oh, it's divine, divine. Politics are just another bunch of controlled ops in my humble. Yeah, it's another cult. All of it is. All of it. I don't care what side of the spectrum you're on. It's a cult. Okay. And all politicians are lying. They're all in bed together. They're all after the same interests. So don't fool yourself. I'm left. I'm right. They're all the same. I love making chili, but love seeing others chili too. Yeah. Yeah. I love chili. Oh my God. And I can't really get any of that. All I can get is the canned stuff here. They sell Hormel chili here. In a certain supermarket, I can get it, and but I love chili. I'll take that. I mean, it's the best I can get. And I love chili. I love putting it on other things, like pasta and things like that. So that's my unholy marriage is chili on pasta. It's good though. Try it sometime. Or with nachos, chili and nachos. Oh. Or chili on French fries. Chili fries are the best. I mean, come on. Come on. If you don't like chili fries, you shouldn't be on planet Earth. Just come on. Nitrates in moderation. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't eat it that often because the chilies, because it's imported, so it's really expensive and it's gone up a lot. Yeah, chili pasta is good. With any kind of pasta or with the best is get the penne pasta. So the long ones that are like tubes, get the penne pasta, and then you mix it up with the chili. Oh man, prepare yourself. You'll like it. It's very good. Now I'm getting hungry for chili. Talking about food. So yeah, yeah, all kinds of stuff going on out there. I personally know several elders who died from prostate cancer. Nitrates, yeah, yep, yep. Best fries, cut them slim, and yep. You cut them slim, then you don't have to fry them that long. Just a minute or so in the oil, and it's good to go. Yep, those are the best. Crunchy and thin. Best ones. Yum yum. Yeah, so it's when you look at the whole world stage, and you look at everything going on, and just getting overly involved in all the politics that are going on and stuff like that. As just normal, everyday, average Joes like you and I mean, what can we do? You can't do a thing about it. And you know what? It doesn't, for the most part, change my life at all. I mean, I still have to get up every day. I have to go to work. What I do feel that we're affected by, because I've seen it, is that with the tariffs, our prices in the grocery store here are going up a lot. I've noticed about the last month or so since all this started, and our shopping cart's a lot more empty with the same amount of money. I was taking home a lot more product before. And so that is affecting us, definitely. Most important mineral in my life at age 70 is zinc. Yep, got to get those vitamins, King, definitely. It's all there to distract us from living, from being in a tire, etc. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Don't forget to live. Love from London. Hey, Moses, London, UK. Welcome. Appreciate it. Greetings to the UK. Greetings to London. Yeah, I was there, a long time ago in 1999. I went to London. I stayed with actually, I was still a witness at the time. I was 17. And I went with an elder who was from Watford, South Oxy. And then we took a train into London, and I loved it. It's great. King, Trial Pearl, Powder and Dragons, Moses. I was born in 1998. Oh, really? No kidding. Okay. Yeah. In 99, I was in London. Yeah. Well, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Yep. So, yeah, it was pretty crazy in London. What a place. What a city. So much history there, and just a mixture of the old, the new. It was something else. Oh, to be young again. Yeah. Yep. But like I always say, only if I could have, I'd like to be young again, or younger, I should say, relatively. I'm still pretty young. But if I could be younger, but with the experience and wisdom that I have now, otherwise, no thanks. I won't take the trade off. There's a saying that says, I think it's very true, that youth is wasted on the young. Youth is wasted on the young. Analyze that for a second. Very true. Exactly. My old mind with my young body. Yep. Zinc is for the prostate. Don't pee every half hour, Mr. Coffee. Yeah. Yep. Yep, exactly. Yeah, we gotta take care of ourselves, especially in our older, when we start getting into the older age. But I definitely I felt changes once I hit 40. I started to notice a lot of changes, and my vision being one of them. My vision is piss poor. I can't see worth shit, and I'm wearing bifocals now. I wear bifocals, but they're invisible. That was a big change in my life, and man, that was sad. The first week or so, then I had to wear bifocals. Man, I was almost killed myself, falling downstairs. And so you know that when you have to wear bifocals, you're getting old. So yes, Jackie, thank you very much for reminding everybody. And I'm gonna try. Oh. Okay, there we go. So when Jackie writes again, I just upgraded you. I gave you a raise in pay grade to a moderator. You're a mod now. Congratulations. Congratulations, Jackie. So now you have the... Sorry if this became an old folks home seminar. No, King, don't worry about it at all. This is just a gab. We're gabbing. You can talk about whatever you want. That's fine. No problem at all. I didn't say anything. You're just fine. Yep. So yeah. So everybody congratulate Jackie. She's now a moderator. She's a mod. So now Jackie, you'll be a mod in anytime you come into a live stream now, you're a mod now, which means you have special powers. You can silence people. You can kick them out. You've got, hey, there you go. So you got booting capacity now. I don't know why I didn't do this before. So I think you and I think pretty much on the same wavelength, and the people that come on and make stupid comments and things like that, they can go out. So there we go. Congratulations to Jackie on your new stripes. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, youth is wasted on the young. When you are young, you don't have the life experience, you don't have the, a lot of things, the self-control, and it gets wasted, a lot of that stuff, a lot of our energy. And then when you're older, when you look back and go, man, if I could have this wisdom and experience and go back, but you can't. So that's one of those things, that's the way life is. Life only goes one way. Time marches in one direction, ever forward. So good, Jackie. I'm glad I made your day. I know you'd be good at moderating. So I'm kind of surprised. I haven't had lately. I haven't had any. Seems like the trolls have kind of been chill as of late on these live streams. So I don't know. Hopefully you'll get to practice on somebody, kick somebody out. So yeah. So what else? Like you're saying, yeah, exactly. Right. And right. I think subconsciously that's what I was thinking, because I knew from what you were talking about, you'd worked in security. So now you can be my gatekeeper here, my doorkeeper, my bouncer, CO visit bouncer. So I'll be curious to see if I think it should work now if we do a live stream through StreamYard.com. It should work as well there. I think once you're a mod here, it works there too. But if not, I'll see if I can make you one. I don't know when I'm going to do that again. So yeah, behave. Otherwise, she's coming for you. Yep, Jackie's she's gonna take you out. Definitely. Yeah. So how's everybody doing? Welcome. If you're here, welcome in. I see 15 people connected. Great. Awesome. Say hi. Don't be shy. There's some people that are always lurking in the shadows. Say hi. Don't be afraid. Ask a question or bring up a topic. If you want to talk about something, please do. We've been in 46 minutes, so I think if we can stretch this out to about the hour mark, then I'm going to cut it off. I usually don't do any more than an hour, if that. But yeah, a lot of it depends on you guys, because I get to a point where I'm just kind of like, all right, what do I talk about now? Kind of talking to myself. 46 already. Is that views? Okay. I can't see that. All I can see are like how many are connected to the live. It says 15, now 13. Now it goes up and down. So 46 views. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it could be. People just came in and came out, went out. Yep. So not bad. I can't complain. Oh, mango seeds. Yeah. Be prepared though. Mango trees are huge. Oh, 46 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. We're in 40, yep, going on 47 minutes. Mango trees are huge, Jackie. Do you have room? They get really big, really, really big. They're huge trees. Hearing aids and glasses. Yeah. And you know what? I'm getting to that point too, Susan. It's scary, but my hearing is shit. I don't know if I need to go get my ears cleaned out or what's going on, but yeah. Yeah, my hearing is really bad. And I've got tinnitus really bad tinnitus, or tinnitus, or however they say it, however they pronounce it. Tinnitus. Yeah, but I've got the constant rushing and ringing in my ears like 24/7, and it's really bad. And it's getting worse as I get older. So I'm afraid one of these days I might eventually having to break down and get hearing aids as well. But I'm going to push that off as long as humanly possible. Maybe when I get into my 50s. Right now, no. I'm too prideful yet. Bottom line, I'm like, okay, I could do the bifocals because people can't really tell that I have them because they're invisible, but I'm not doing the hearing aids yet. Not yet. Yeah, exactly, Jackie. Yep. And I brought that on myself 100% because when I was younger, we did a lot of shooting, guns and rifles and stuff like that. And I didn't protect my hearing a lot of times. And I just blew my eardrums out. So that was all self-inflicted completely on myself. So, yeah. But oh well, such is life. As I said, the youth being wasted on the young. Stupid decisions when I was a young kid, you know. You do those things and just think about, you don't think about nothing like a good pew pew. Yeah. That's something I've never talked about on the channel at all. And people don't know that about me, but you know, I don't have a firearm currently. I'd like to get one eventually, but yeah, I for a lot of years, I shot different guns, did target shooting and things like that. So pistols, shotguns, rifles, all that kind of good stuff. But back then we didn't, there wasn't really the AR-15s and all that weren't a thing really at that time. But a lot of pistols, 9mm, 45s. The 1911 model, I love that gun. Love it. That would be my preference if I could get my hands on one. I just absolutely, I love how they look. I just love everything about them. But yeah, I shot them all the guns, all types of guns, and I love firearms. But here in Honduras, a little bit more complicated. So, but I want to get one eventually. It's a good thing to have on hand, just in case. You never know. So. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. What kind do you have, Jackie? Are they pistols or? Yeah, I can hear you about the racking. Yeah, it can be, yeah, as you get older. It can be tough on the hands. Definitely. We did a lot of a variety. Oh, that's good. Good. That's good. Yeah, we did a lot of black powder shooting too up in Minnesota. I love that as well. We had a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. 22 9s, 38s. Okay, yeah, 38s too. Fun guns. Good guns. Powerful enough. Yep. Yeah, the 22s are fun too. Yep. 22s are a lot of fun. Yeah, I've shot 9s, I've shot 38s. Hey, Power Metal Alien, welcome. Yeah, better late than never. Welcome in, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. So yeah, yeah, all those guns are, any gun's fun to shoot, In my case, I was never a revolver fan. I can take it or leave it. I mean, I don't like them. I don't dislike them. It's just like, eh. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't buy a revolver. It's kind of, I think they're coming back now, like just rage. They're coming back in force. And some people love revolvers, but I just never cared much for them. I like magazines more. I don't know, it's just me, just my preference. But we also had my dad had a 30-30 Winchester lever action. That was a fun gun, really fun gun. Big old bullet. My country is very unfriendly towards guns and self-protections. Even swords can get you in trouble. Yeah. And where are you from, Power? If you want to share it, you don't have to, but Shaq says revolvers are my favorite. Always reliable, no problem. Yeah, they are reliable. Yes. Yep, I'll give you that. Yep. I love lever actions. Yeah, love lever actions. Brazil. Okay, well, greetings down to Brazil. Another neighbor of Latin America. I'm in Honduras, so yep. Brasileiros. Obrigado. Muito obrigado. So yeah, yeah, the revolvers are very reliable. Absolutely. That's all the Portuguese that I know. That's it. Everything's good here. So, but with Spanish, I am fluent in Spanish, so we can more or less understand each other, more or less, especially written when you read it. Yeah, friends from all over. I know, isn't this cool? And this is the beauty of internet. The way internet has brought the world together, made the world smaller, and social media as well, like this, where we can be connected and just talking to people. There was somebody from London, Powers from Brazil, Jackie, Shaq, a couple people on the West Coast of the United States. I'm from Honduras. I mean, crazy, it's a wonderful thing. One of the definite advantages and positive points of the internet that connects us all. A global brotherhood. That sounds familiar. A worldwide brotherhood? Where have I heard that before? Always have a wheel gun on hip in Los Angeles, but you didn't hear that from me. Yeah. Yep. It's always good to have one. It's always good to have a plan B, Yeah, you don't want your gun jamming or have a shell get jammed in the chamber or stuff like that, which can happen with the other types of pistols, the magazine ones. Especially if they're not maintained well. Got to keep them cleaned and keep them lubricated up. Lots of WD-40 and all of that. Keep everything sliding smoothly. Absolutely. Okay, Susan, take care. Appreciate you coming. Take care of yourself. Got a few more minutes left, and I'm going to be hanging it up, too. You have names for them all? Oh, cool. Yep, that makes sense. If you call me brother, I'll leave. Yeah, no. If I do, it's in a tongue-in-cheek, in a comedic way. I don't want to give anybody PTSD. I don't want you having flashbacks. Don't want that to happen. We don't want to trigger anybody, right? We don't want to trigger anybody with the Watchtower lingo. For sure. So, well, people, I think unless anybody else has any other questions to keep this thing rolling or any other topics or anything else, I don't have anything else. I've already been on about an hour. It's starting to get dark. So trigger double meeting. Yeah. See what I did there? Speaking of YouTube, here's a off the cuff, totally changing the subject. Okay. Those of you that are on YouTube, okay, non JW related stuff. What other channels do you guys follow? Let me know. What channels do you watch? Music, comedy? Throw me some names out there of people that you follow or watch. I'll wait. And I'll let you know a few that I do as well. Cultivate, Elevate, John Levy. Okay, cool. And what's he all about? Maybe I'll check it out myself, so we can all learn, right? Check out some new things, some new channels. Cultivate, Elevate, John Levy. Okay, interesting. That kind of inspirational type stuff. Working on yourself. Music, cooking channels. Okay, great. Oh, those are two different ones. Okay, Cultivate and Elevate, and then John Levy. Okay, can you tell me, Jackie, what those ones are about? Okay, music, cooking channels. Cool. Yep. Yeah, I watch. I have a couple of channels that I follow. Thanks, brother Colin. Just Yeah, we're gonna have flashbacks to the Kingdom Hall. I follow. You guys might be surprised. I've got some weird tastes, but for the comedy, there's a lot of channels that I like to follow. Some reaction channels, like people that react to music and movies, like the Media Nights. I watch the Media Nights with Ari and Denise. I really like them. And ones that are comedy related. There's just a couple. There's a couple that I like that are, and like I said, you might think this is weird coming from me, but Bobby Darin. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's some comedy channels, power metal bands. Change Your Mindset, XJW is cool. Okay, Nerdrotic for, oh yeah, Nerdrotic. I know of him. Yep, pop culture, cool, awesome. Power, yep, power metal. That's good. Yeah, so so I like the Media Nights. That's media and then nights as in KNIGHTS. Media Nights. They react to movies. They react to movies. Trying to think of who else. For comedy, there's a couple of channels that are, for example, there's one called J18, Black Brother, and I just like his comedy. I think he's just really funny guy. I like his. I relate to his skits about kids raising kids and at school and stuff like that, and those ones are funny. There's another comedian who has these shorts, kind of these short videos. There's a comedian, Schuler King. I think he's really funny. His analysis, he does these analysis of these different people send him like memes and stuff and videos, and then he gives his take on it. And just the way he talks and expresses himself is just really funny. You know, I really enjoy that. Trying to think of what other ones. You know, I watch some ones that do kind of political commentaries. Not too much. I take those ones, you know, little by little. I don't watch them like every single day, but every once in a while I'll see a video that looks interesting and I'll click on it just to kind of get the different viewpoints on it. But you know, you all know where I stand on that whole thing. But you know, there's Tom Powell Jr., older guy that does some political commentary and stuff like that. But I've got to take him like on a diet because I subscribed to that channel for a while, then I unsubscribed because I didn't need to be subscribed. I mean, the guy lives on YouTube. This guy's putting out like 30 videos every day, and it was too much on my feed. It was just every 5 seconds I was getting a notification for this guy, and I was like, okay, even without subscribing to his channel, I'm still getting his videos. So I'm like, I don't need to subscribe. It's too many notifications, way too many. But you know, bless him, whatever, that's fine. But you know, we share a lot of viewpoints and language. So, but yeah, those are some of the ones that I watch, some of the videos, and from there it's just pretty random. Professor of Rock. Anybody watch Professor of Rock? I like watching him. I like watching the history of songs and interviews with artists and things like that. And other than that, every once in a while, you know, it's Rain, Country, and Jefferson Fisher are good too. Okay, good. Mind Shift, okay. What's it about, Power? Mind Shift? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I know who Nerdrotic is. I watched him. Yeah, conspiracy theory stuff. Yeah, I watched a lot of stuff on Backrooms Lore, Kane Pixels, atheism. Okay, yeah. No, I watch all that stuff. I'm not afraid to. I still watch things about atheism all the time. Yep. So I watch a lot of things with like liminal spaces and all that kind of stuff. So SCPs, all that kind of stuff, the different lore, Backrooms Lore, and entities, SCP Foundation, and all that kind of stuff. Mr. Ballin, you ever watch Mr. Ballin? Where he tells horror stories and camping gone wrong and all that kind of stuff. Mr. Ballin. Yeah. So, well, people, I think it's about that time. I'm going to hang it up here. I appreciate everybody connecting. Thanks for being here. Thanks for talking. Thanks for your like. Make sure you give one if you haven't already. And so we're starting another week here. Last week of April, beginning into May. Thank God, because the rain's coming, and I love the rain. Take care, everybody. Take care. Love y'all. And I'll see you on the next CO visit. Take care.